Big changes on the way. We're watching another snowstorm across the country, more severe weather, it looks like, across the south, and then potentially some record cold moving into the south as we head into next week. Hey guys, if you're new to the channel, I'm a former TV chief meteorologist. My name is Travis Roberts. Thank you so much for checking it out. I invite you to subscribe. You can get these notifications. I'm not going to waste your time. Let's go. Here across the Northeast, our storm that brought the severe weather, the blizzard conditions across the Midwest and even the Plain States will be moving out. Before it goes, though, we'll be picking up some more heavy rain on Wednesday across the far Northeast, even some snow here into Maine before it changes over to rain. And then our next system is already moving into the west, bringing heavy snow into the Cascades, down into the Sierra, eventually into the Intermountain West. We're talking about snow into Colorado, Wyoming, even parts of Montana and Idaho, and then the Four Corner states as we move into Thursday. Now, a little bit of light snow around the Great Lakes, not a lot here with this one, but there could be a little bit of snow here again from Michigan all the way over into northern New England. And then our eyes turn to what's happening here across Texas. Low pressure starts to deepen. Once it gets on the lee side of the Rockies, this is where you see mid-latitude cyclones really explode. And that's what's going to happen with this one. Low pressure will continue to deepen as it moves up through Arkansas. On the northwest side of it, we'll see snow start to break out, heavy rain on the southern side. And as this trough digs in and starts to go negatively tilted here, that's getting that northwest to southeast orientation here in the upper levels. We'll have to watch here for any squall lines that might develop ahead of this as this front pushes off to the east. So there could be some severe weather across the south. Heavy snow possible in areas a little bit further to the south and east than what we saw earlier this week. Here we go through Friday. The snow looks heavy from Chicago all the way back into parts of Missouri. Now into Missouri, we may start as some rain and then eventually turn over to a band of heavy snow as the low pressure continues to deepen off to your east. You get underneath that core of cold air. And then if you watch the track of this, if you paid attention to the last system that moved through, it was a little bit further to the northwest. This one looks like it's going to track a little further to the south and east. That will likely pull our snow band a little to the further and south and east. There's also more cold air on the backside of it, so I think we see a little more snow with this one into parts of Michigan, even Wisconsin, where we didn't see as much snow to the north of, say, Green Bay. And we'll see snow into parts of Iowa again, but again, the heaviest snow looks like it'll be right here in this area, from Michigan all the way southwest to Illinois, even into Missouri. Now let's talk about the heavy snow first out west. We're talking about measuring it in feet from the Cascades south into the Sierra. Heavy snow also possible further inland here across the mountains of Montana and Idaho. But that snow here, as that low pressure moves toward the Great Lakes, will certainly be heavy at times. I'm going to show you the NAM model because it's going to dump more than a foot of snow in these areas. We're talking about Michigan back through Chicago, even into central Illinois. It also has the idea of that low tracking right up here along the Ohio River and then moving right toward Indianapolis and then just to the west of Detroit. That may bring enough warm air here on the east side of this low into Detroit, where we see maybe cutting into some of the snow totals. But just to the north of that, I think we see that heavy snow across, again, Michigan, back into Chicago, where the European model's putting out more than a foot of snow for this area, with lighter amounts back to the west. Anything over blue here, that's more than 2 inches. Anything over purple is more than 6. Once you get into pink, you're talking a foot plus. Zooming in a little closer, look at these numbers. I don't know that we're going to get 23 inches of snow, but it's trying to pick up on some lake effect too here, but there could be a good foot plus easy out of this system if it evolves as it looks like it's going to. Now, once this system's gone, we turn to the next one. It will bring some snow into the west too once we move into Sunday, and then it dives, how about this, toward Texas. We're talking about snow maybe as far south as Waco. Definitely some snow possible across North Texas and East Texas. Look at that. Into the parishes of Louisiana. Are we talking about a mix of freezing rain, sleet, and maybe snow? Certainly possible. And then into Mississippi, Alabama, maybe Florida, and then this could potentially be another system that brings snow to the northeast and maybe the mid-Atlantic. We've not seen a lot of snow here in the mid-Atlantic. This could be our best chance for snow. And if you're looking for snow here across the south over the next week and a half, this storm right here will be your chance. It's certainly too early to talk numbers, so if you start asking me, how much are we going to get here? I mean, this storm may not even track this way, but one thing that I am feeling more certain about than anything will be the cold that's to follow. Look how these cold temperatures just invade the center part of the country by Monday. We're talking teens across North Texas, even single digits up toward Amarillo, and then below zero temperatures for Kansas, Missouri, even into Chicago. We could be in the teens below zero and 20s and 30s below zero once you move up toward Montana, even parts of the mountains back into the Rockies. We get really cold here across the Colorado Rockies into the mountains of Wyoming. Now, we may get cold here, but let me tell you something, single digits in Dallas, that is cold. And we could see that cold push all the way down into Houston with temperatures possibly bottoming out heading into Tuesday in the lower 20s, maybe single digits to lower teens up toward Dallas, and then back to the west across West Texas, teens and 20s, and the cold air will continue to push to the east. So now we're talking about Indianapolis getting close to zero, and then further in the week, that cold air will continue to push off to the east. So now we're talking about by Wednesday and Thursday. Here we go. On Wednesday, we're waking up with temperatures in the teens across Mississippi and Alabama, even Georgia. And then by Thursday, look at these below zero temperatures moving into the Appalachians, back across the Ohio Valley, at least near zero, single digits here, and into the northeast. Regardless of where this storm goes across the south, I think we are in for a much colder weather pattern next week. I feel pretty solid about that. The models have been very consistent about that, and this could be some record cold for some areas. So get ready now. I'll keep you updated. Thank you so much for watching. Again, if you've not subscribed, I encourage you to do so. I'll be tracking this. And remember, head to weather.gov. That's where you need to get all of your alerts and warnings from. If not, make sure you have a weather radio during severe weather, or at least a phone, some way to get emergency information. Again, thanks for watching. I hope you have a great day wherever you are.